Hey ladies and gents, it's Zem back doing the iconic plane review. We are doing the P-47 Thunderbolt. Well, what is this aircraft? This is Bell's attempt at telling gravity, go fuck yourself. Um, this thing is 9,900 pounds of American ingenuity. They decided, you know what? This is before. I mean, think about the 60s and 70s muscle cars. Yeah, this is the 40s version, but in an airplane. We're just going to take a massive engine. We're going to cram it into this massive aircraft, and we're going to flip gravity off, and we're going to do whatever we want with this thing. That's what they did. Produced from 41 to 44 in multiple different variations of this aircraft. Yeah, eventually ending up with the double wasp engine producing 2,600 horsepower. Yeah, pushed a little bit harder, it could produce up to 2,800 horsepower. Massive four-bladed propeller could push this thing at over 420 miles an hour with an altitude performance of 40,000 feet plus. It actually set a world record for speed at 505 miles an hour. Now you think about that. That wasn't broken until 1989 with propeller-driven aircraft. 505 miles an hour with an aircraft that, like I said, just literally said, no, I'm going to put this huge engine in the front and I'm going to go through the air with it as fast as I can. It's just an amazing piece of machinery. However, its war service, I did shoot down a little, almost 3,700 enemy aircraft. It was well known for its durability. It could take a beating that some of the German pilots would often say they would run out of ammunition trying to shoot this thing down. It was infamous for the amount of damage it could take. That massive radial engine had no problem taking shells to it and still keep on trucking. For the most part, it was used as a high-altitude bomber escort, and this was later in the war. It had a lot of problems with fuel. It was considered a short to mid-range fighter early in the war. It did not have great altitude. It did not have great performance below 20,000 feet. It was only when it started getting up above 25,000 feet that it was really starting to get into its own. However, with the size of this aircraft and the size of that engine, it had the ability, once it got to altitude, to rack up some amazing numbers, at least speed-wise, when it comes to essentially the zoom and boom. With 850 cal machine guns, it was the most heavily armored U.S. fighter in World War II, and it fought believe it fought in every theater except for, I believe, the Alaskan theater was the only place it didn't fight. Produced a couple different aces from the 56th fighter group, which, from my understand, was the most successful fighter group in the European theater for the American Air Force, and they flew nothing but P-47s. Even when they were giving a chance to get the P-51s, they turned them down because they preferred the P-47. Below 20,000 feet, it was outmaneuvered. It was kind of considered a little bit of a tank. Spitfires, Bf-109s, just about everything else could outturn it at that, and actually could outclimb it. Now, of course, like I said, many different variations of the aircraft. So with the increase in fuel, with drop tanks, within the wing, different changes in the propeller, the larger engines. Eventually, it was able to overcome a lot of these shortcomings, and eventually was used for long-range bomber escort. The British used them for, of course, destroying V-1 bombs. It was just an amazing piece of American ingenuity. With that said, for the size of this aircraft, it was amazing what they eventually got out of it. Now, when the Americans realized that this thing, it carried half of the bomb load of a B-17. And this was a light fighter, right, folks? It could carry half the bomb load of a B-17. So later on in 43, 44, 45, they took this aircraft and they turned it into essentially a fighter bomber. It would make a lot of times it would make an escort mission with the B-17s to Germany, and then as it came back, it would of course pick out ground targets and start destroying them. From D-Day to the VE Day, which was Victory in Europe Day, this thing destroyed over 80,000 railroad cars, 9,000 locomotives, almost 7,000 armored vehicles, and just to top it off, we're going to destroy another 60,000 trucks. Yeah, that's from D-Day to Victory in Europe. Not even a full year, this thing as a fighter bomber just wreaked havoc all over Europe. So that's a little bit of the operational history. After the World War II, it was scattered all over the place, used by many different countries until the early 50s. I do even believe Cuba had a couple of these aircraft. And I knew it was used in Puerto Rico during a revolt there. Yeah, it was because there was a lot of them, there was a lot of surplus airplanes laying around, and a lot of these went to Allies after World War II. So that's essentially the history of this aircraft. What do we have in game? Most of the games I'm going to be doing in this one, I just got the P-47N today after I played the P-47B. The P-47N is actually what they call the bubble canopy. This was started on the P-47D models. This was the original design, of course. You can see with the without the bubble canopy. So this is what the one I'm going to be flying in game. So we're going to go over to the upgrades, and what do we got here? We have 8 50 cals. These are some wicked guns. If you really want to take down a large HP target, these are what you want. They don't work real well with the zoom and boom type gameplay, but if you get behind something, this thing just shreds. Carries 2 500-pound bombs and, of course, 6 rockets. I do believe the P-47N, carries 10 of the HVAR rockets, and of course 2 500-pound bombs, and of course another the 850s. Yeah, monster ordnance. Altitude performance. This is where it really kind of sucks. I don't know how the fuck wargaming goes from one of the best high altitude fighters to let's give it kind of I don't get it. Maneuverability is not very good. Airspeed is very good. This thing falls like a rock. Literally, you can get well over 750 kilometers in a dive in this thing. Because it's 5 tons. Survivability is very good. Bombs and rockets. The ordnance on this thing makes it a great multi-role. And of course, with the gun armament, it will work through a lot of targets rather quickly. Usually carry a fire extinguisher, pneumatic restarter, and I don't know why this is not a load consumable. Usually I have the first aid dressing in there. Whatever. We'll put that back. I do, and I'm kind of an asshole with this, I do run the universal quite a bit on these 50s. It costs a little bit more to run them, but if you do get a pass on a light fighter, another light fighter, say like a Zero or a Spitfire, and you do get a pass on them and you don't kill them, most time you do enough critical damage or light them on fire that you're able to get away far enough to make a turn and come back to them. So that's one of those little things that I like to use. Yeah, filthy, right? Filthy. I got the ordnance delivery site on here too, with the rockets and bombs. I'm trying it out. I'm not sure. With all that 50 cals, it's kind of a pray and spray type aircraft. I'm not sure if the extra gyroscopic gun sight would make a difference, but I'm going to try it out and I get a little bit better. Same with the pilot. I threw a new pilot in here and just kind of played it. I don't know, probably 8 games with it last night and today, just to see what it does. Build it like a tank, because it's what it is. Running the concealed livery 2, and of course the improved covering 2, just to give it a little bit more survivability. This thing will take a beating, even in this game. So, with that said, I'm going to bring up the gameplay for you. to take a look at this massive beast. And I'll be honest with you, this is not my favorite plane to fly by no means, and it was somewhat of a struggle. Thank you, Slaughter, for giving me all the reasons why I should fly this plane. But yeah, it was a struggle for me. I had a little bit of an issue. I didn't like this in 1.9. 2.0 still kind of But anyway, that's my opinion. So I'm going to bring up the game for you guys, and you guys can check it out. Alright guys, back with the first game in the P-47B. 20 seconds of boost. Oh yeah. 6 rockets, 2 bombs, and 850 cals. It should almost be a heavy fighter. So, pull in on the first objective. I got the bow fighters, and I'm going to run these guys down. They don't really have much of a chance in a dive with this thing. Putting up over 700 kilometers an hour. And once I get the 50s on target, they just shred right through high HP targets. Finish off both the bow fighters. We have 2 of them down, and now I have to finish off a couple objectives here, hopefully to finish this military base. So use up my rockets, pick up the last of the buildings, and I'm going to drop my 2 bombs on there, knock it over. That's what multi-rolls do. Start boosting for some altitude. Let's see if we can get up there. So we got the military base. They got the military base, and now we're going to start trying to take the center objective here. So I'm not a big fan. You haven't seen me on a whole bunch playing this game since these new modes. Yeah. So flip over here. I got the F4U1 here, the hero fighter. We have 2 ground attack planes. This thing does well against that. Those are large HP targets. I'm just going to do a little bit of... Oh, I still had some problems with my computer for some reason today. It was causing me every once in a while to glitch out like that. I don't know if it was because of my ping or what the problem was. Pick up the F4U. He decides he's going to go in the vertical, which is kind of weird. F4U still has about the same maneuverability that eyes do, so I can just kind of stay on his tail. Flap around, use a little bit of boost, and pick him up from the rear. And bye-bye. Oh, those 50s. Pick up the next fighter coming through. XP-44. Just a little bit out of my range here, but I'm gaining on him. 620 kilometers an hour. Yeah, right on through. Back up and over. And now I have the JU-87G. Yeah, this is essentially, like I said, a fat duck. I'm down here too low, but I got to get this objective to start flipping it, pulling. Oh, there we go. Finish him off. Now we've got the objective somewhat turned back, and I'm not feeling so bad. Rockets finally hit here, so I'm going to start picking up some ground targets quick because I had some rockets laying around, and flip back over here to find the A6M2 coming in on me. Oh, shit. That's it. Go around the buddy. He actually leaves me. He's not paying any attention, so I'm going to come back around here and pick up the DB605 because he is my biggest threat right now. They finish him off. That leaves me the Spitfire 1. There we go. Knock him out. Flip back over. There's that A6M again. We're going to flip back around here and see if we can deal with him. Where'd he go, buddy? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, nope. He's on my tail. We got the... there we go. I can deal with an XP. Up and over. A6M still trying to kill me. Yeah, let's see if we can get around on that XP here. Unfortunately... Oh, he's actually a human pilot. The A6M... I was kind of hoping for a little bit of help here from just about anybody. They set me on fire. What are you going to do? Flipping around, and this is not a good spot for you to be in this aircraft in a turn fight at low altitude. Yeah, it just doesn't work out. Down 11 hit points. And then Spitfire DB605 comes in. You can tell by the frustration. Fortunately, I forgot to turn off my mic when I was recording this. So you're going to hear a lot of sighing and maybe some foul language. So if you're not ready for that, I would suggest not watching this any further than this. So, respawn there. We're up 57-48 right now, and I'm starting to climb to altitude again. With that long boost, it does definitely help to get you at least somewhat altitude, at least altitude-wise, to get you up enough that you can deal with some of this crap. Once again, I don't know Wargaming's theory. This is a well-known high-altitude aircraft, but you give it shit altitude performance in this game. So, got the Beaufighter, the Mosquito. Oh, Jarvis is going to make a run at me. This is one of those things where you rely on rely too heavily on your rockets. Usually I have those hit. Unfortunately, they don't. Leaves me at 5 hit points. Let's see if I can get the Beaufighter here before I die. No, denied. Puts me up about a 7,000 and a long ways down to the... Thank you, anti-aircraft. I didn't really need that, but hey, whatever. And I sigh again because shit. But that's all right. We're up a little bit here on these guys. Gonna be coming back in here shortly. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Battle. They got the rockets, of course, are hitting this objective, but luckily leaves me enough time to actually get back into game. So, boost back up. I didn't quite expect them to flip that objective or knock out the fighters when I was heading to this objective over here. It was a little surprising. All of a sudden, like I said, there was a ton of baddies all over the place. Here comes the Spitfire 1. Oh, probably not a good idea. Flip him up and over. Took a big chunk of his health off. Let's see if I can finish him off. There we go. Got the Spitfire 1. And, of course, about that time is when I'm starting to get pushed by a bunch of aircraft here. They always seem to kind of, appear out of nowhere. However, going head-to-head with one of these aircraft are not always the best. Now, if I'm diving on you, that's a different story, but giving me head-to-head, that gives me plenty of time to get the 50s on target. Finish him off. It's about 90-250, and here comes that douche in the Mosquito. Finish him off. Knocks my engine out. Shit. It's up 25-4 right now. We only need to knock out a few more aircraft, and we win. Pull over the top. We got the F4U down below. I'm not going to chase him, but I do have A6M2, and he's going to take me head on. Yeah, that doesn't work. So, the first game, 11,777 combat points for the victory. Yeah, not too shabby. Try to stay at altitude as much as you can, and use those fabulous 50s when you get a chance. They will shred aircraft, any large HP pooled planes, and of course, the rockets and bombs on here are probably best in class at Tier 6, so works as great as a multi-role. So, pick up another game for you guys here coming up, and give you a little bit more looky at what this thing can do. Alright guys, back with the second game in the P-47B, and voila! We have a few human pilots, the Spitfire, the IL-2, boost up here, and I'm going to head over to the airfield right off the bat. Yeah, like I said, this is the middle finger to gravity. There's no way this thing should be able to perform how well it did. Unless, of course, like you said, you put a massive engine in the front, and you're just, we're just going to bull our way through everything here. So, drop down. Got the boomerangs once again. Looking for my targets. I got one boomerang coming in here, and he's going to give me his rear as I drop in. There we go. About 500 meters. That's about the effective range of the 50s before they start hitting. 300 is probably better yet, of course, because of, RNG. Pull around on the last boomerang. Finished off 2 now. Still got a little bit of boost. Put it in the vertical. Oh, where are we going? Now I'm looking down here. Boomerang's kind of stalled out. And now I'm looking for the target of opportunity. He goes wide. Up he goes. Round he goes. Come on, you big pig. Turn, turn. Finish him off. We take the objective. Alright, back up to altitude. We're going to see what we can do. And the sad thing about it is, for being, you know, supposed to have been a high altitude performance aircraft, with these kind of gimped altitude performance in the game right now, it's not quite good enough unless of course the bombers are down lower. This has a hard time catching bombers at altitude. So got the ME-410 coming in here. Dominic, he's like, let's see what we're going to do here. See if I can pick up a quick pass on him. Once again, with 50 cals, you just don't have a range a lot of time to pick on these planes that are a little bit faster than you. So yeah, he gets outside of my range rather quickly. So I got the Yak 9. I'm at 2,100 meters. I don't really want to go down. Yak 9's not having a time of it. He's probably realized that he doesn't have very good altitude performance. Head to head, yeah. I'm not going to usually win in a turn fight, but I don't have a problem, like I said, going head to head. Flip up and over. Here comes the Yak 9 back. And yeah, I'll finish him off. Flip the objective, and now what do I got on my tail? Oh, we got the other P-47B, of course. He's all over my shit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Boost up. Turn, turn, turn. He's making a run for it. Oh, it's just like a big duck. P-47B is dropping down. I got the P-38 coming through here. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time chasing that. I'll never get back to this altitude for a while. So I'm going to pull back down here, and I'm going to start looking at it, and I'm like, oh, I realized that all of a sudden there's lots of GAs down here. And this P-47 is probably going to be a pain in my ass, so I'm going to try to see if I pick him up quick. That's the problem with, you know, these guys. Once they make a pass on you, they'll come back to haunt you later on. So, got the IL-2. Yeah. 50 cals. Don't really care how much HP you have, because we eventually will get it all. Back around, P-39N1 picks up the IL-2. That leaves me 2 more GAs here, and hopefully I'm going to hold it. So we're up 76-66 right now, looking pretty decent. Pick him up, drop them by another -3. There we go. And once again, like I said, looking pretty nice. Ju-88P. I don't have any fighters in this part of the this part right here. So until, of course, all of a sudden the Spitfire 5 shows up, and this is, like I said, really where you can make this work. You pick on the planes that are not paying attention, and of course are flying away from me. Turn around, see if I can get in behind him. If I can do it, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Prove everybody wrong. Show us how maneuverable you are. Spitfire 5, he's not paying attention. Doesn't take long to wreck his day. Alright, so knocked him out, and now I swear to God these things spawn like literally right outside of the circle. P-47B, he's making a run. Let's see if I can pick him up here quick. Just not enough time on target. And he's making a run. He's actually going to try to flip around. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe he's going to run for it. Yeah, I can't catch him. So, back to IL-2. We're going to see if we can knock him out here quick. And, yeah, keep him from turning this objective. It's 72-51 right now. It looks like we got this well in hand, right? Or so I thought. Pull back around on the IL-2. He is really being difficult. But once again, 50 cals, don't really care. We're going to finish you off quick. And now we got the 2 Ju-88Ps coming in here. We're going to put down some serious fire hose action. Ooh. Take a little bit of a nip off the corner. I don't know exactly how we hit each other. I think I must have rolled a little too far. Pick up the next GA. You know, and like I said, I'm not real big fan of being down here doing this, but it has to be done. So, and surprisingly, it does it well. If you can shoot at nothing but GAs and bombers all game with this thing, you're going to rack up some amazing combat scores because it does it so well. Like I said, with my initial loadout on the equipment-wise, I built this thing to be a tank. So, start climbing back up here at the P-38J. He's running downwards. And we'll see if we can pick up a little bit of him as he flies through. One's engine's out, so that means he's going to lose a little bit for his on his boost. Unfortunately, with the slow turn rate of this aircraft, I was not able to get back around on him. So 63-36, and yeah, still looking good. We just knocked out another garrison. We're bucking killing planes left and right. Connell, here he comes, and we're gonna put some rockets out there and see if we can do anything. Nope, didn't quite get him. We do a little bit of a touchy as he goes by, and he's boosting the other direction. Come on, there we go. Come back into me. Finish him off. Puts me up to almost 10k on my combat points. There's the problem I have with this plane is there's planes that does it better, right? And this plane just. I was talking to Slaughter about this earlier. I don't have a problem when planes are one end or the other for the spectrum. And, oh, no. Couldn't pull it off. Could not pull it off. I could not could not get the pull out there. Once again, got a little too target focused and not paying attention to my altitude. So, 14 seconds to get back in again. We are still looking pretty nice right here. We are up quite a ways. We got 2 objectives. They got 3. But at least for the resource-wise, we should be well ahead of them. Yep, 54-25. It's double right now. I'm thinking, yeah, well, this isn't looking too bad. Bombs are up. I got 40 seconds on my rockets. And we got one more objective we could possibly take here. That one's almost ready to go. It's getting very close to getting turned. Unfortunately, they flipped the 4th one, so now they're up 4-1, and we really need to get this objective here. So pull around. They're really targeting my friendly player, so we're going to try to pick up these guys quick here before I start working on the objective. Finish him off. Yeah. The Spitfire, he actually takes out that guy, and now we're going to go head-to-head. Yeah, Spitfire 5, good plane, but you don't want to take one of these on head-on. Flip back around. I got the boomerang coming in. Ooh, just missed him. Can't quite get around on him quick enough. I do have a plane with me, and unfortunately, this is not how I wanted to get into a fight here. He's taking his sweet-ass time to kill that plane for some reason. At the same time, we're losing objective points because of it. So I'm going to say screw him. I need to get this objective turned. It's still 35-22. Yeah, we had literally were up double on him. And then all of a sudden, shit went sideways, literally. Picked back up on the boomerang. He's running away. Unfortunately, all of a sudden the AA gets really good. It's amazing how that happens. Just as you're trying to flip one of these objectives, all of a sudden the AA doesn't miss, and you're losing chunks out of it. Still can't figure out why that glitches on me like that for some reason. Pull around on the boomerang. Come on. All I want to do is finish these guys off so I can get this objective, so I can get out of here and get back to what I was doing before. One more. All I need is one more kill. Where you at? And that's about the time I notice the sheer number of red that is currently moving into this objective. Oh, P-38J nails me. I'm sitting at about 12,000, 11,500 on the combat score. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good enough for the home team, and we're now down 19-20. Fuck me. How did this go from us being double theirs to this? And that's, yeah. You can tell in my voice the little bit of a frustration that I had at this point in the battle. Start back in, and I need to finish this off. I need to hold at least one objective. I need to start knocking planes down. Back around. The IL-2, he is playing the fighter role at the current situation. And I pick up the JU-80P. He's coming in straight in. Don't quite get him completely finished off. There's the IL-2. He's been the bane of my existence in this game. I think we let him around too much. But we're going to finish him off. Yeah, slowly but surely. I can't believe we're actually going to lose this game. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, climbing up here, we got Egon, DO-17M. And we got a defeat here. Wow! 14,000 combat points. And I cannot get the win. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow.